Yo, 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 yo. What I missed today? Something happened? Please feel free to get on and let me know what happened. Or let me know in the chat. What's the price of Bitcoin? What's the price of Cardano? Are the banks still open? What y'all having for dinner? Just a crazy couple days. Hey, John, let's get to it. It's been a while. I don't know what's going on these days. I'm hoping someone can fill me in. Looks like we have Packer fan in Vegas. How are you doing? How you doing, Vegas? Can you hear me? Cali Packer, what's
First,
new?
first in the building.
As always, you're always raring to go, aren't you?
Yep, I'm ready. Man,
So what happened today? What did I miss?
You said what happened?
Yeah, what happened today? I've been so busy working. I only saw a little bit of what
Well,
happened
what
today.
happened today is I guess one side of the coin is tired of waiting around and for the other side to figure out what the hell he want to do, if he all in or not. So I don't know. I mean,
Yo, 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 what's up, guys?
Bernard,
What's going on, peeps?
Bernard,
What
what
up,
up?
Vegas? Long time
What
no
up,
see,
man?
man. Jeez.
Huh?
I said, long time no see. I was trying to be catching one of your live streams. I had to work today, so,
I'm at
that's
work
why
right
I
now.
missed your one, but, oh,
Always
man.
working.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of torn with this whole situation. Like, part of me happy he's gone. Part of me that he didn't like he didn't leave. Like, I don't know.
Because we went
Overall,
we went through this before. I'm not as pissed,
yeah,
and I say better now than later.
yeah,
I mean, I think this shit really a year overdue before we even off threw 150 million out there. I feel that it's overdue. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's something that could have been, you know, when he was at his height. Who knew what we could have got?
hmm,
You know, that second MVP season coming up short against San Francisco. Who knew what we would have got for him then? You know.
yeah,
But I'm telling you, they playing hardball right now. Now it's
yeah,
out in the open. Now we have all the leverage. Ain't no Pat McAfee talking about, oh, we don't have any leverage. We got all of it now. He said he wants to be there. He said that's where he wants to play. What now? Good is like, oh, thank you. Y'all want to meet with him? Thank you. You show you. Most teams don't show their hand that fast. You get what I'm saying? Most
yeah,
teams play hardball and like, we interested, but we ain't. We want him, but oh, he's 40. We don't,
yeah,
we ain't all in on no 40-0. Just like we need him. He's our savior. Okay, he's your savior. This what I think. Even like I said, Packers are going. I think the Packers prepared to pay more, most of that. They will pay most of this. We still want these picks. The picks to Goo is the money. That's he wants those picks,
Yeah,
and
well,
that's why. That's
but
why.
rounders, he want 2 first rounders from, but
Might not even be that much, but it's gonna be that 13. I know for sure. That's gonna be in the package.
I think that's what Goot really wants is that 13th pick because
Hell yeah.
Jets now if the Jets because I think what the Jets want is they want to get Rodgers and keep that 13th pick, but
No way.
you're gonna
No
go.
way they do.
No, if you want him, then we want all of it.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. So now the ball's back in our court. We're saying, look, we'll eat 58. We'll eat whatever. Here, we'll make them retire. We'll make you. We will fucking. If they don't give us what we want, we will make you retire. They're like gonna play the ultimate hardball, man. Like I don't see Green Bay giving in. I don't see it. Even if they don't want him to play, fuck it. We'll eat it. We'll eat it for a couple years. I, it'll set us back because it's like get what you can. The main thing to me was more important than that first rounder and whatever else is that cap.
Yeah.
If you can eat that, I'll be like, if you can eat this shit, you can have them. Give us our. Can they do that though, Tr?
Well, yeah, that's all negotiable, and I bet you they have a deal in principle because as far as draft picks, that's pretty straightforward. But it's
Right,
all the details in the financials and the contracts and who's doing what and this and
right,
that. It gets really complicated. Anyone who runs a business or does contracts or financials for a living knows that it can get complicated, and
right,
the NFL is even that much more complicated with their rules and this and that.
right, right, right.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's interesting, but I find it interesting, and I said it in some of the chats to you guys, is like,
Hmm.
why the hell was Murphy out there over the weekend opening his fat mouth?
Egg
Yeah.
I
fucking
mean, what
exactly,
a
Tr.
moron. He
Oh,
Fucking
said,
don't get
idiot,
me
he,
bro.
started, dude.
he
I could
said,
go on like a 6, like a 10 hour rant on him. Don't get me
He
started
definitely fucked it up, man. He
because
he
oh
he.
boy.
Why would you do that? You got all the leverage. You got all the
yeah,
fucking leverage. Why would
yeah,
you give? Why
Oh,
would you do
you
that?
have to keep that microphone away from him, man, because he
He
can
got
talk.
he got it. Listen. This shit don't work out. This Packers don't win a Super Bowl the next. I'm gonna give him 3 years, bro. Even with Love or whoever else they bring the fuck in, he got to go, man. He got to fucking go
yeah.
Well, he's
Well,
gonna
we know.
retire
because
in 2025.
Yeah, he
2025,
has to.
he's gone.
He has to. He has to. But, he said things like, oh, yeah, Aaron had to weigh retirement. After all these years, there's a lot of wear and tear on his body. Shit like that. You're like,
right.
that is not shit you say if you're negotiating with another team.
Exactly.
I mean, what a moron. I mean, just don't let him talk.
No, he
Jeez.
don't. He don't. He don't
Yeah,
need to. He don't need to talk.
let Goot handle all the talking because at least Goot don't
Yeah,
say dumb stuff.
Yeah,
not
Goo
publicly.
knows how to. He knows how to say much, but not and say less at the same time. Like he won't put himself out there. He'll still give like a player plenty hope. But you know
Yeah.
what I mean? In the back of his mind, it's like I'm not telling so much to the media. And remember, we used to be in press conferences like, why this motherfucker ain't saying nothing about this and why he ain't saying nothing about that? Because he knew one how the media spin it and two how the player take it. Especially when you
Yeah,
and that's where I felt like why I would have said no comment. Yeah, yeah, I can. We
yeah,
have nothing. We have nothing to talk about with Aaron. We don't put Green Bay's never been messy, and that was super messy by Mark Murphy. It was just like out of fucking character for us. For you to even don't fucking put any doubt in their mind. We want Aaron back. That's it. We want Aaron back 100%. But Aaron already knew it was out there. And then texting him out when he comes out the retreat. Why would you text him and let him know anything or your next move? He's the player. You're the
um,
GM and you're the president. He has no say so in the moves you make. He didn't even have to know. It could have just shown
Yeah.
up one day. Hey, boom, you're getting traded. Boom, you know what I mean? It's speculation that I'm gonna get. That's the thing. We like you guys fucking blew your load. You had all the right. You had all the instances and chance, man, to get this shit would have been done over and done with. Picks in your hand with two motherfuckers shutting the fuck up. With one motherfucker shutting the fuck up. And
Yeah.
whoever texted him is a fucking asshole too, because you don't do that. You don't give him any ammo to go on Pat
Yeah.
McAfee to do all this other shit. Come on, man.
Y-
I knew like I
Yeah.
said, I knew a lot of the writing was on the wall with them signing Lazard and shit. That writing's on the fucking wall.
Oh, sure.
I saw the Pat McAfee video. I saw the whole thing of it, and I'm just looking at this as a Rogers point of view. It didn't seem like he didn't want to leave. It seemed like I don't know. Like, do you really think that he want to follow in Brett Favre's footsteps and go into the Jets? And I
Right.
don't. It seems like deep down he didn't want to go.
Nope.
Well, yeah, and Cage said something
Try that
earlier here
motherfucker.
in the chats. He said Rogers could have come to him at the start of the season and he would have retired. Rogers said that. So yeah, so an interesting thing I heard. Rogers said that when he went into the dark, he was 90% retired. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So did they know? Did he tell somebody that though? Tr. That's my gripe with him. Did you let them know when I'm going in 90%? Because if anyone tells anyone there's 90% chance of a breakup, that's more than majority, man.
Yeah, like if you
Well, yeah.
retire in 90%, then you
And
like
and if that's the case, and the Packers sniffed that out, then they did a Jedi mind trick on him.
Right.
Said they were done with him, looking to trade him, and then Rogers, he has that chip on his shoulder. He's gonna say, "Well, I'll show you all. I'm not gonna retire, and I'm gonna come back and kick ass." Well, then the Packers are going to be able to get at least some draft compensation for him, whereas if they did nothing, he would just flat out retire.
Yeah,
Who-
man.
who
Like
does-
this is a messy.
Right. It's super messy on both ends.
Boy,
And
man.
that's
Yeah,
why I
it is.
told you guys, to me, that darkness retreat shit. There's no way I would let my wife. No way my wife would let me go anywhere for 4 days in darkness. We're paying you 58 million. We owe you 58 million, man. You owe us enough to make your. I mean, yeah, take time, but this a business. Free agency starting, all this other stuff, which I don't think we're gonna make any moves anyway.
Oh yeah, like come on,
But-
like the Packers.
Right,
can't.
but- We can't because we broke. Period. I don't think this is a great. This ain't a super outstanding. Like when we really have the money is when really big time players are gonna be back on the board. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think it's a lot of vets and shit now. A lot of people getting overpaid. Jaron Reed got fucking $5 a year. Like we weren't gonna pay him $5 a year. We're gonna bring him in for a couple at 1 or 2 at the most. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's messy. Like Rogers trying to point the finger at us, but it was messy on his part. Goot and them trying to point the finger at Rogers, want to hold out, do other shit, and it's messy on our part too. It's messy on both sides, and I pray to God the Packers learn their lesson with this shit, and this doesn't ever happen again, ever. We cannot let nobody hold us hostage. People say, "Oh, he's not holding us hostage." I don't think that, but
Actually,
flip flop.
No.
The mind games, man. You can't,
no.
Yeah. Well,
No, but sorry, I just want to say no. What you saying the hostage? What Rogers doing? I don't think like people get with Brett Favre. Brett Favre was retiring and then unretired, and then he retired and then unretired. Rogers hasn't done that. Rogers has always taken his time and made his decisions before free agency. So
right.
I get people think like this is, but no, this is way far from the Favre thing. Favre was worse. Favre was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
one foot in,
Yeah.
one foot out. Rogers has kind of leaned there, but he hasn't really had 1 foot out like that.
Right.
yeah.
And
Well,
I honestly think. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, TR. I'm sorry.
Finish your thought. You had a
Oh,
thought. I can wait.
I think this honestly pissed the Packers off because if they felt like, which I honestly think, regardless of anything, yeah, they're gonna move on. But I think this shit drove a lot of teams out of there. Like maybe I think the Raiders probably would have gave 'em, seen what happened. I think maybe Raiders. I don't know about that for sure. You know what I mean? But it's
Somebody
a hold up
probably
on
I
both. So
do that.
I think that's the main reason the Packers holding up because they felt like Rodgers held them up from which he didn't. He did. He really can't. I mean, he could fucking go to the moon. The Packers still have the contract. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the Packers holding themselves up. Whatever the Jets is offering ain't sweet enough, and they're gonna have to make it sweet, man. I mean, period. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if Matthew Stafford got two first, man, come on now. You know,
But
like
he's a lot younger. Rogers is going to be on a
right?
year
Yeah.
contract. That's a lot of money to swallow for any team. So I'm sure the Jets have their reasons for holding out a bit too.
Right.
But one thing I think, I don't have any reason to really think Rogers is a liar. I think a lot of what he says, there's some truth to it throughout the
Okay.
years. And what I think this demonstrates clearly to me is that the Packers
I
front
agree with that.
office has a problem with communication.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be able to communicate with players, especially the older veterans who might be on the way out. You heard that not only from Rodgers a couple times, but you heard it with
Mhm.
the Jordy Nelson situation, James
Yeah. Yeah.
Jones,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobb,
Yeah.
Jennings. All these guys had gripes with communication. And
Right.
there's one common denominator in all these scenarios that I'm talking about. It's that it was when Gutekunst took over after he took over.
Yeah.
So, whatever the case is, that I'm sure there's blame on both sides here. It's just not Rodgers and it's
Mhm.
just not the Packers. But
Yeah.
I mean, if this is true, you got to fucking start communicating with people because that's only
Yeah.
going to prevent players from wanting to come and play in Green Bay if we
Right.
treat veterans on the way out like we've been led to believe.
Now, who dictates in Green Bay? Let's say there's no one that could come in and remove Goot other than Murphy, right? There's no one that could come in and remove Murphy.
Correct.
Wow.
The executive board of directors can remove Murphy, but
Okay.
Murphy
And who
hired
and
them all.
who
Murphy hired all the executive committee, so they're not going to
right.
fire Murphy. We're just going to have to wait until he's forced into retirement.
See, that's
So
the problem. That
Wow.
we don't have a own. See, we don't have an owner, man. Like we don't
yeah,
have that can come in and put their foot down and have control. And maybe that's why Rogers is leaving, so he can go to a team that has an owner. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like because it's and this is the reason why Rogers and Favre has so much power, man, and so much control of everything. Because you don't have you don't have no one that can like a Jerry Jones. Even though Jerry Jones has
Mm,
his, but we just need somebody that can have command of the organization. And right now, we just don't have that right now.
Well, I
well,
mean, I think. Oh, go ahead.
Murphy is
I'm
the
sorry.
de facto Murphy is the de facto owner. He is the CEO of the Packers. He runs the
Right.
business, and
Yeah,
he always kept football operations separate from his duties
yeah.
Right.
until Ted Thompson left and
Hmm.
Gutekunst came on. He changed the power structure, so now Murphy is at the top of the pyramid for football operations as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, it is
I don't
kind of a
know. It
funky
seems like Murphy's
organization.
not doing it.
I I prefer this setup over than one dickhead owner who
Right.
can overrule and decide
Yeah.
everything like a
And put more.
dictator.
Yeah, and put
Yeah.
more stock in his, and put more
Yeah,
stock in their other businesses and other things they have going on.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like you know, like a football team will be that toy that they play with it for a little bit. You know, how a
Yep.
kid get a new toy, they play with it for a little bit, and they're super interested, and then they
Yep.
just discard it, and they give it, they hand it down to somebody else and let them run it. And now they don't know what the fuck they doing with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think by being a small town team, the emphasis is football. Like it's center
Yeah.
on football. You know, I think
Yeah.
Goot should get a little more help with scouting, and if we're gonna be a team that just build through the drive, you need to have the
Yeah.
best fucking scouts and people out there evaluating talent. If that's what you, because like Roger said, I guess the plan is to, you know, use these guys while they're young, while they're on that minimum contract, or you know, we'll get you one or two contracts, and then it's time to go. It's time to revitalize that position with youth. Goot he did something differently with you know, bringing in Amos when he could have drafted a nice safety.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like that Charles Woodson scenario. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I just feel that they have the Goot, Matt, and KH hit the head on that too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel Rogers. I don't think Matt had as much control over Rogers. Maybe things changed now. You know, maybe because Jordan has to follow his lead
Yeah.
now. You know, maybe things are different. Maybe the QB position looks a lot differently
Yeah.
than when Rogers was there, because Rogers wanted to do Matt thing and he wanted to do his own thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of hard
Yeah.
to throw a two-time MVP at that time and a Super Bowl and a veteran
right,
hard quarterback. You know what I mean? Like now we
right,
got now Jordan. I mean, now Matt LaFleur can really have a quarterback that he can control and mold. And
right.
this
In
Sure.
their image.
offense, I want you to do this. You know,
Yeah, and might not have to do so much, man. Rogers sometimes made it look like he had to do so much, or he was overcomplicating what was going on. Because there's a
uh,
lot of times, and you seen in the Tampa Bay game, you seen in San Francisco game, that there were guys schemed and wide fucking open on plays, and he just refused to go to them because of what he felt was best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Look at
think.
fucking Lazard, and those guys were running wide open in Tampa Bay game all fucking day. He refused to go to them.
yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
I
I
don't.
think. I think Rogers' biggest downfall is that he thinks he's the smartest guy in the world.
exactly,
Yeah,
You know, he knows more than everyone else,
that's his weakness.
hmm
and
And
that's
when
his
you
Right.
do that,
weakness.
and
Yeah.
yeah, if you do that, then things can turn up real bad. And
Right.
sometimes
You
you
don't
should.
always got to be. Yeah. You don't always got to be the smartest guy in the room, man. You know.
Yep.
And I think when Rogers started losing his humbleness, he wasn't. He was humble because again he was getting those accolades. You know how like fucking Gronkowski hit it right on the head, bro. You worry about. I've never in my life heard Brady talk about fucking MVPs, man. I never heard him one time care, give a fuck, none of that. And for him to sit up here and say,
Yeah.
"Oh well," and that's why I feel that things will be different because we won't have somebody taking up all the cap. And he got to understand when those fucking Casey Hayward years, he need to go back and look how much of his money was taking up the books.
Mhm.
He got to go back and look back and say, I was taking. He's always been the highest paid for the last 10 years, damn near.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
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 So
I mean, Vegas. I'll just say, I think in the context of that conversation when Rogers was talking about winning MVPs, he was
yeah.
simply stating the fact that he thinks he can play at a MVP level.
Okay. Right.
Can
I
I?
don't think he would ever put. I think he'd rather win a Super Bowl than an MVP.
True.
So I think a lot of what he says gets blown out of proportion
Hold on.
Right.
sometimes.
Can I say this
In
real quick?
in fairness,
Before he said that, because that context Vegas got taken out of context. I mean,
Right.
excuse me. What Roger said got taken out of context. Before he said that the MVP stuff, he said that there's no reason that I can go anywhere if I don't think I can win for the whole thing. That's what he said, right?
Right,
He
right, right,
did,
right,
yeah.
So
In
he
the
does
same
feel,
yeah.
yeah,
In
and
the
then he
same
said
right,
that
right, right,
conversation.
people
Yep.
think that, and
right.
so I think that's how. Well, I think he said that he can play at an MVP level because people thought that he was washed and going down the hill.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so I think
I
he
mean,
like,
the man, he has talent, you know.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
like Tr said, when you try to be the smartest guy in the room all the time instead of rolling
yeah,
with the scheme and rolling with the punches, sometimes
yeah, man,
the scheme might ask for you to do less, but you want to
yeah,
do so much. You
Yeah.
want to be in control of the narrative so many times, man. You got to,
yeah,
and
man,
that's to me it was like what Matt does sometimes is like sometimes it's like wow, it's such a great play call because it involves all 11 guys on the offense, you know, to
Mhm.
make this play run. Whether it's the action, the motion of the play, whatever it is, how he schemes it up. It's like LaFleur is watching something that can 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 flourish, but it's like why do I have to butt heads with somebody and I'm trying to win, you know? So I
yeah.
don't know, man. It's just I like I said, I have no gripe with Rogers, man. Gave me some of the best
Oh,
moments of my life.
Oh,
I'm tired of taking up for him. I took up, you know, I tried to take up for him as
yeah,
much as I could, you know. But I mean, he don't owe me anything. He tried. I don't ever believe that he didn't go out there and want to and try to win. I don't ever think he
yeah.
he
yeah,
he threw games or he gave up. I just, you know, I want to see what the future holds, man. I think it's just time. Give him, you know, if he still wants to play. And I, what's fucked up is we never know that he did want. He came out of that retreat, and I think he still wanted to play for us. You know, he was gonna come out that retreat
Yeah.
and you
I
know, and but
said that he was open to come back and play
right,
Iron then against Gucci.
right, right.
So
But it don't work like that, man. We and like I said, like I told y'all before, I just think Goot and them are at the point they want to win, bro. They don't want to be, you know, how stressed could you be if you was Goot and you done did all this shit for 4 years to try to put a winning team together and it don't pan out. You get so close,
yeah,
so you eat sleep. Goot knows he has to bring one home. He had all the shit he's done, push money back, acquire free agents. That didn't work with Zenem. He wants to win, bro. So it's like you got to be all in. You can't be halfway in a relationship, man. Or you can't be playing with the other person's emotions and feelings.
yeah, man,
Cool, them
Yeah.
motherfuckers want to win, bro. We long overdue for a bowl, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's business. It's business first.
mm-hmm.
Personal shit
Yeah.
second. You know, you could love every trainer and condition coach and all this other shit, man. But Rogers
Yeah.
just start letting a lot of his internal things. You know, you don't want to wear a mask. You want to go to a party and you don't want to wear a mask. That costs us some games. You know, you just like little things like that, bro. Like I understand your personal life is your personal life, and you want to do what you want to do. But you know, even little shit like the ayahuasca, you don't know how the NBA, I said NBA, NFL could have came down on him for that. You know, you releasing that. You know, they could have said,
Hmm.
oh, that's a drug, and you know you're suspended for a year. You know, like that
Yeah,
type of shit. You put us. Personal life is personal life. Do that shit when you retire. Do that shit in the off season, but don't feel. I don't know, man. I just feel like everything got to revolve around him. If not, it got to go the way he want to. If not, like, come on, man. Like that ain't getting us no rings, man.
yeah, man,
Brady, motherfucker say what the fuck they want about Brady, man. That motherfucker never run no shit in no locker room. He went psycho time on the field. That he went psycho time on the field, and that was it. He went psycho time outside that motherfucker. He sacrificed to win. He sacrificed to keep people. He sacrificed to. How long was he fucking playing with Devin McCourty and fucking all these motherfuckers? Because he sacrificed.
yeah,
You gotta
Yeah.
sacrifice, man. You gotta do it, man.
yeah,
And again, it's hard to make those comparisons.
True.
And
Just
you know,
numbers,
one
right?
one thing
I understand.
I'll push back on all the ayahuasca stuff, like Kay said in the chat. He said he did it in the off season. And second,
True.
I don't think he'd be talking about this if this stuff was on the banned substances list, right?
But I
He
thought
wouldn't.
it is it's a class. It's in a certain class or some shit. I think that's what
I,
Joe Rogan and them was talking about.
Yeah, well,
It's still a
yeah,
category something. Like it could, it's
that
like a still because of the side effects or something for some people.
that particular substance isn't regulated by the FDA in any way, shape, or
Right.
form.
Okay, I got you.
So whereas like if he went out and said, "Well, yeah, I did a bunch of heroin,"
Yeah,
just
that's
to see
different.
what
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right, right.
that is different. But I the point is taken, Vegas. I hear what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah, man.
to
I just
to I liked it when he was starting to open up and talk more about things
I
and
did.
show
Yeah.
more of himself. But you're right. At times, he put himself and the team in positions to open them up for ridicule and other types of punishments
Right.
against the NFL. So if he did things that was, you know,
Questionable, right?
potentially, yeah, if he,
Dangerous. Like they said shit.
yeah,
People come out.
just
People take hallucinogens and don't come out of trips. Some people have stuck in bad trips forever and shit. So like
then I
I
must
understand
be.
I understand his way of thinking. Rogers is they call him a hippie. He's the hippie
Yeah.
quarterback. I understand that you want to take alternative means and measures
Mm,
to approaches to medicine and stuff like that. That's cool. You know what I mean? I don't have no problem with that. You might have a
yeah.
different way of thinking than other ones. You might plant a flower and take it. I might take ibuprofen. Yeah, whatever you
Mm,
want to do, that's on you. But I just
yeah.
feel like
Mhm.
Rogers could have like I don't know, man. He could have
He
just
he opened himself up for ridicule, is what he did.
right.
Yeah,
That's what he did. I
no,
He
mean,
did, man.
yeah,
I
And then
agree with everything he talks about in that realm of things. I think these things are healthy. They're things to
yeah,
explore. They're things
right,
to learn about. But when he talked about that and opened himself up, I
right.
mean, heck, just think of how many people are still making jokes at his expense because of it,
Exactly. Cold
right?
toe
And
and all this other shit.
yeah. I mean, and part of me is going to miss that type of circus
mhm.
Right.
with the
I
Packers.
ain't.
And secondly, think about it. The Packers, the last since we've had Rodgers has been on like primetime TV, like five
Yeah.
games a year.
Yeah.
Are they going to get two this year? Three? Is there really an appetite for Jordan Love?
Hey, it's
You know?
Right.
hey, I don't know. I mean, I might buy my Jordan Love jersey pretty soon. So
I
I'm
mean, I got faith in him, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, one thing I am like and Roger said that shit from the get go. It ain't his fault where he was drafted. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It ain't, and
yeah.
I want people to understand that. As pissed as I was on my video, I was mad, but I just felt the timing wasn't right. But I
The time,
didn't. The timing
yeah,
wasn't right. You know what I mean?
terrible.
Whereas we did have him come in, like that second team, like, cause what was that? That was that the year we made it. We got beat by Atlanta after that, didn't we? I mean, that was the year we got beat by Atlanta when he got drafted, right? Or was that San Francisco we got beat?
no, no. Oh,
It was San Francisco because we were just coming off a 13-3 season, and
Okay, right,
that
when
was
we
the
drafted.
time. That was the
Yeah,
time to go out and get a receiver and weapons,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
yeah.
Because
So
yeah, look at that,
we can,
look at that team. That team should have. That was the best. To me, that was the best chance for us to get there. Like that year was
the
that team was at. They came back with a fucking vengeance. You know.
but I think Rodgers winning the back-to-back MVPs really screwed that man because he said it. He said him doing that man really messed up their plans, and it did
Yeah,
because
yeah,
if that then it would have been moved on by now.
yeah.
yeah.
But I
It's
think they plan should have. If this was they plan all along, they plan should have went into full fucking effect then. Cause
Yeah,
ain't no telling
yeah,
what the fuck we would have got for him. We would have got fucking five picks, five
yeah.
yeah.
fucking first rounders or something. Shit.
I
Last year,
that's
last year
Oh,
was last year was the time to trade him if you were going to.
man, him gone. Devontae off
Yeah,
the books. We would have been, and that's why I told you. I said that 150 would have never. I would. This is what I can give you. Come in and prove it. It would have been an incentive in there, like incentive, take it or leave it. Like that was the best time, man. Like that's like I'm really not. I'm. That's why I'm not really mad because these 4 years, Rogers had more than enough chances. 2019, 2020, 2021, not last year. Those 3 years, he had more than a fucking chance to get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl. And I wash my hands after that.
Yeah, man.
I wash my hands after that. And for him to not come in knowing he had rookies last year, he don't want to work with them. He don't want to get them up to speed. They need to do everything. They got to get themselves together. And I hope Jordan takes a totally different approach than that, man. Get out there, work with your guys, come to OTAs, do you know what I mean? Yeah, they ain't mandatory, but winning is fucking mandatory, man. Fuck that shit, man.
That's right.
Fuck you play the game for, man. You gonna have ass play the game.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just hope Jordan just takes a totally different approach than he does. Yeah, learn some of the playing things he does, but some of the team things he does,
Yeah.
I never liked, man. I never liked not working with your players, and they need to pick up on it themselves. I'm not here, kind of like what Favre said with him.
Yeah.
Which I think was the same approach he started taking with people because he felt like, oh well, Favre didn't sit there and babysit me to get me great. I had to do it on my own. Well, they got to do the same thing. Like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. From everything we've heard and everything Rodgers have said, he has been nothing but kind and nurturing to Jordan Love. So, I mean, from that perspective, he really took the high road there. He treated him like he was not treated by Favre. So
he did. I could give you that, but I'm saying like
I hear what you're saying.
Working with your receivers in the off season. Yeah. Little things like that. Like the little things, man, that make them. Not because they're already intimidated by you. You're one of the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? Like you one of the greatest to play the game. So they already have they already have you have an aura about yourself regardless when you come up in there. But sometimes maybe Christian Watson and them were, trying to overdo it, trying to be too perfect. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you calm them down when you go in there. You hands on with these guys, and you've been working with them since the off season and all this other shit. And you like just because they're not first rounders, like come on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this year they're gonna pick a receiver in the first round. Right when Rodgers leaves, man. Jeez, sometimes you wonder.
Funny.
You just wonder where their heads are at sometimes. Seriously.
Yeah,
I would not be shocked. I will laugh my ass off.
That'd be fucking shocking, bro. For them to just be like, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? We finna change up the game. So I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, let's say the Jets, like KA said, we was talking to him earlier, they ain't gonna have him for long. You know what I mean? What, 43, 44 at the most, if that, but
I think
1-2 years tops. They get him for, I bet.
Right. And maybe that's what the whole thing is too. Is like we're not gonna just give up fucking 2 first rounders. We ain't gonna have this motherfucker. But you want him. He wants to be there. So what you gonna renege now? You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got
JETS, just. Goddamn it, you gotta make them happy.
Yeah, just think of it. He is worth his salary plus a lot more just in his name alone on your team.
Exactly. His
the
brand,
amount
bro.
of sales and revenue that you can bring into your stadium and all sorts of things like that. So he's worth every freaking penny he earns. And let's be straight. So there's no confusion among any of us. The Packers are not broke. They are not broke. They're far from broke. It's just they don't have room on that salary cap.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
the
They
artificial
just capped out.
ceiling they put in there. And trust me, you want that salary cap in there because if they remove the salary cap and you can play players whatever the hell you want,
Packers, man,
owners
got
like
it.
Jerry Jones are just going to start
Oh
buying
man, shit.
titles just like the
Hell
NBA
yeah,
and
yeah,
Major League Baseball. Football
yeah.
is different and
But
we,
when did they? Because they didn't have a cap. When they just the cap started and when I forgot when
I
it started.
I don't know. It's been quite a while. It's all been a part of the
Is
collective
it
bargaining agreement with the players' unions and
okay?
stuff.
Right.
So
Was
yeah,
it the
maybe
early '90s or late '80s? Some shit like that, wasn't it? When they started having a salary cap.
it probably was the '80s, but
Right.
I'm just guessing. I don't know,
Okay.
but
I got you. I got you.
I mean, that's what allows a team like Green Bay to stay in the NFL and be profitable and have a
Hmm.
team is the cap because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. We get blown out the fucking water, man.
yeah, and if
But I
there's
mean, how many
one.
stock they have? They have a million fucking stock sales. It'd be a trillion.
Yeah,
They'd
but
be selling Lambo turf and all type of shit.
exactly. I mean,
So
they have to get as much revenue as they can always. And if
right.
there's one thing Murphy has done good as a president, it's he has created multiple new sources of revenue for the Packers so
Right.
that they can
Yeah.
Right. Right.
continue to survive in an
Right.
era when salaries are skyrocketing and everything. So
Man.
I
Hmm.
give him props for that, but he just has to not talk to anyone, man.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, he gotta stay away from a fucking microphone. Where was he at? The combine?
No, he was at some kind of basketball school
Yeah,
game.
the
Dude,
girls,
they are
the
gonna
girl.
follow him. They're gonna follow you wherever you
Yeah,
go, man. That's the only reason they following you right now.
Yeah, man. He was
yeah,
chopping up.
Any little peep
At,
about Rogers, that's all they want to hear, man.
yeah,
yeah.
man.
He just didn't need to answer the question like he did.
Nope,
Well,
nope, nope, nope. We could have
well,
answered the question, but shut the fuck
I
up.
think I think when he talks, I think he doesn't realize that he's talking, so he just
Yeah,
keep going
his
on.
word is
But I mean, no offense to y'all. I mean, the guy is old. You know what I mean? But I mean,
Oh
cool.
yeah, who Murphy?
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, for sure. I mean, he's what 68 years old, so
ain't it
70.
70 or something? What's the retirement? Ain't it 70? Didn't Thompson hit
What
70? He had to go
I think so.
or
once
some
you're
shit.
70, the president has to retire. It's
Yeah,
Really? Oh wow.
yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
in
And
the it's in the
who would jump up
bylaws.
there though?
Apparently, the guy who is in line to take it over is Ed Policy, is his
Okay.
name. I don't know
Oh shit.
much
We
about
ain't
that
going back to
dude.
the 80s, is we?
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
We
but
ain't going back to
but
Ray Rose year, is we?
yeah.
but
For him.
here's another piece of Packers history is that
Okay.
um, Bob Harlan was the president of the Packers. He brought in Ron Wolf, Reggie White. He turned the franchise around. When
Right.
he was forced into retirement, there was a guy. Um, I want to say his name was Jim Jones,
Okay. Really?
uh, who was going to be the president of the Packers. But
Okay.
apparently, behind the scenes, he rubbed so many people the wrong way. They
Okay.
pulled back on that. Harlan stayed a little longer, and then they
Okay.
went out and did a nationwide search through a search firm, a headhunting firm, and they
Okay.
settled on Mark Murphy, who at the time was the athletic director of Northwestern University. So,
Okay.
um, so the point is when Murphy retires, we don't know. It
Right.
would be
Right.
good if they brought in some new blood. To be honest, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I mean, some young blood. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, how many? How the way the Packers have always been this internal. Already have their mind made up on who's going where and what.
Yeah.
You know,
It's just I would like that type of uh I don't, like I said, I don't think the Packers are far off of anything, man. Like even Super Bowls or anything. It's just
Mm.
like you say,
Yeah.
just the way you handle shit. Don't handle shit like that. Don't
Yeah.
if you gonna divorce, goddamn it, don't wait till the last fucking minute, man. Like if
Yeah.
this would have been two years ago, man, who got man shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
would you want to see? Would you rather see him with a couple years left, or with a couple years left on miles left, or
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5? You know what I'm saying? To really rub home because people say, oh, this could be the worst thing Gutnam has ever done. Like, bro, he's at the end of his fucking career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like honestly, no matter what he does, he can go out there and do 50 touchdowns this year. It's still he's still Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
For sure. So
I
that
wish him the
leads
best, man.
naturally.
I hope he do
Yeah.
go over there and do his thing, man.
Sure.
He deserve it.
Yeah.
I
But
yeah. Still
but
my favorite quarterback of the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, all time, yeah.
yeah.
I
No.
wanted to ask Bernard a question quick,
Oh
and
yeah.
I mean
Go
this,
ahead.
and this is only half joking, and
Yeah.
it's partial. Half of it's serious, half of it's joking.
Yeah.
Is is Aaron Rodgers washed?
Uh,
No, now
you
we
know
can
what?
ask that
I
question.
would say no, but since he's leaving and since he's not my quarterback no more, yes.
Okay. Be-
Nah. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, man. No,
I mean,
no. Even though what he's like 39, right? 39, about to be 40. I mean,
yeah,
he got it. You know what I mean? Like he still has it in him.
Right.
I mean, like we see him make a couple of throws last year, like only him and Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes can make. So
Right.
and we seen Peyton Manning left, and he did great. Brett Favre left, and he had a good year with the Vikings. So you can leave and have a good refreshed berth
Right.
in a new fresh situation. So you
Right.
know,
that's true.
I mean, look, I mean, no ill will towards Rogers.
No,
Man,
obviously,
bro.
he's my favorite Packer player of all time. You know what I mean? And I think
Right.
I know people want to kill him for him to say that he's the best QB ever in Packers history, and he's not wrong to me. Like he is the best QB ever in Packers history. I
he's
mean,
one of the best players ever. Yes, he's one of the
Barksdale,
best ever.
he was, again, I wasn't really around that time. So, but so I'm no disrespect to him. But Brett Favre, don't get me started on him. But I'm gonna give him his respect too. But yeah, nah.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
uh, yeah, man. No, good luck with him, man. And I wish him all the success. Wish him the best of luck. I hope he has great success. Just not against the Packers. And
Hmm.
we're gonna
Right.
roll with him and on to Jordan and see what he got. And yeah.
Yeah.
How quick
So
would the NFL change how quick would the NFL change the schedule if you fucking Packers and Jets?
yeah, they'd love to have that.
Packers
Just
Jets.
Right.
quickly,
Oh,
just quickly, I'll say hey to Monica. Hey, man. I hope you're doing well. I hope you, Big Nate, and the family are doing great. Thanks for checking in.
yeah.
For sure.
So, uh, yeah, if there's one thing that's constant, change is constant. Nothing ever stays the same.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is not a time to be like all mopey or mad or angry or anything.
Right.
It's going to be fun and it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like, I know we talk with Big Nate and we joke with him, and he's always said Jordan Love's not my quarterback. Well,
Oh, Nate.
I think that, yeah, I think you can be mad at the pick when and where he was picked,
Yeah.
but Lord knows I don't want I want him to be very successful. I
Of course.
want him to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't want
The
nothing on Jordan Love,
the
man.
beauty of the game and what I love the game so much about football is watching players come from being drafted, getting with a team. I mean, that's what's so beautiful, like with Pat Mahomes and
Yeah.
players like that. It's watching players evolve
Mhm.
and become
Sure.
great, and their specific style of play from Lamar and his running and Mahomes and his fucking no look passes and
Yeah, man.
Rodgers with his 318 and drawing players off. What to see what kinks and things Jordan Love does, that makes him Jordan Love. I don't want him because that's what people like Rodgers had to come in and he learned from Favre to protect the ball and make good decisions and make less turnovers because that flips the game. Favre was just a fucking gunslinger. He would try to fit the
Yeah.
ball in a fucking keyhole if he could. And it's all passion. And I just want Jordan to come in with the same passion. I think Green Bay is going to embrace him, love him, and we've never been the type to like what I mean like
Yeah.
that's the best thing for Green Bay to do is embrace him, man, and because
Yeah.
if he becomes that third Hall of Famer, people
Mhm.
forget where he was drafted. People forget who he was
Yeah.
behind and all that, and that's what he needs to do. Come in, set his own mark, embrace the team, become a leader.
Mhm.
The thing that everyone claims, just do things differently, man.
Yeah,
Do
man.
things differently, man. Some things about Rodgers I love. Some things about Rodgers I hate it. But he was my quarterback, so I couldn't really talk about him. But now he's not.
Mhm.
I can talk about how I just wanted that leadership on and off the field, man. A lot more,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Big Nate, I'm with you too, man. But look, I mean, if he struggles this year, I'm gonna give him a break. It's his first year
Yeah, you got
of the
to.
bottle. And then but I will be on Matt LaFleur though this year. Matt LaFleur ain't getting no pass from me this year.
No, he definitely ain't.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're all teasing a little bit with Big Nate, and he's not my quarterback and all that stuff.
Yeah,
We know Big Nate's Packers first. So
right.
Yeah.
We know
uh,
that. I
he
mean,
just
like I said, I gave him hell about that too. I told him, Christian Watson came in and he ain't set the world
yeah,
on fire right away, but we still knew what he had in the tank and we knew what he could become. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of times it's patience. But I think with Jordan, I think he's up to speed. I think he knows the speed of the game. You know, like you said, sitting behind somebody 3 4 years, you learn the speed of the game.
Yeah, man.
You learn the nuances. You know, I don't think he's just sitting back there pouting and waiting. But I think he's ready, man. I think we got to see though. A full
Yeah.
17 games. He's have a young whippersnapper in there, man, and
Mhm.
get it going, man.
yeah,
Like I said, I'm embracing him, man.
Yeah, man.
I he didn't ask to be drafted, but
Yeah.
he was drafted for a reason, and let's see.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know,
man.
if he becomes a star like Jair is at his position, and Kenny Clark is at his position, and Aaron Jones is at his position,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
look how many of their picks have panned out.
Yeah.
So let's see, man. That's all we could do.
Yeah.
But we
yeah,
gotta embrace them, bro.
So that let's make them feel at home. Let's not run them out of town like the Packers fans did with Rodgers. You know what I mean? When they were booing him at family night and
yeah,
Yeah, it's bogus,
death
especially.
threats to him, and let's not do that.
yeah,
Let's make them feel at home. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of man. Listen, the way this shit went down, I think a lot of Packer fans taking this shit. I seen Twitter and people are like ready to fucking crucify and they super mad at Rogers and they mad at Goot. They mad. It's like they don't know who to be mad at. It's like you can't be mad at anybody.
yeah,
Goot and them is preparing for the future, which you have to do as an owner and a GM. You have to do that. You can't just be stuck. I don't want to be that team who pays for one Super Bowl and then you back to irrelevancy and then you know what I mean? How they paying for these Super Bowls and shit. You know what I'm talking about, T.R.
Yeah, man.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And like Callie Packer says here, Rogers messed up too when he started. So
Yeah.
let's just be prepared for some bumps and bruises along the way. Jordan
Yeah.
Love isn't going to come in and set the world on fire, but we want to see him be competent. We want to see him grow. We want to see him become the leader, and we want to see him become a great player, right?
But what if he does
So
come in and set the world on fire?
great,
Then
awesome,
people, then
awesome.
people, yeah, then people won't be pissed that he was drafted. People's like, then 3 straight. Like if we hit back to back to back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, man.
Man,
Like these Bears fans and Viking fans and Lions fans, like they're gonna be pissed, bro.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
he
yeah.
got
this is my hot take. Well, I don't know. Look, this year I'm going in with low expectations, but my dark horse is that we win the division this year with Jordan Love.
yeah.
That'd be
It can
Because
happen,
awesome.
man.
this division's not good. Like it sucks, man. It's terrible.
Mm.
Right.
Like we just
Well,
win this
yeah.
division with Jordan Love.
NFC period is a toss up.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing
Anything
about
can happen.
football. And another result of having that salary cap is you have great parity. Year to year, a team can go from the bottom to the top and vice versa,
Yeah.
real quickly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
But if Jordan Love doesn't, let's say somehow this Jordan Love thing goes down flat, we can call the Chiefs and get my boy Patrick Mahomes.
Never. They'll never give him up.
I'm
He'll
joking.
die. He'll die in Kansas City.
I don't want to make AJ mad though. You know me. AJ might come
Yeah,
on here and
well,
cuss me out.
Listen, he'll die. He gonna die, Chief. I ain't gonna lie to you. They're like they treat him
yeah.
too well. They love that boy with a
Yeah.
that dude is Kansas City for life. But
Yeah, man.
never say never because we had to move on. Every like I said, everybody has an expiration date, man. It's
Yeah.
capitalized, and
Yeah.
I think the good thing about this is we get to see Jordan Love's worth.
Mhm.
Is he developing? Is all the shit that they rave about what we honestly see? Because I think a lot of us, majority of us, want to see all this shit.
Oh.
Goot and Matt and everyone is raving over Aaron Jones. Everybody's saying that this guy has took steps for the past
Yeah.
3 years. I want to see it. And where he was
Yeah.
drafted, it has to. It had to give up what you gave up and where he was drafted and everything and to fracture. Do I really think it fractured? I think Rodgers could say what he wants to. I think he still felt some type of way about that because he knew, hey, we had a chance to get other players. I think we could have got DK in that draft. We could have got
Yeah, DK. T. Higgins.
Debo.
T. Higgins
Yeah.
said that he wanted to be drafted
T.
by
Higgins.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Let's see.
it has
it's
to
gonna
pan
be
out.
exciting. It's gonna
It's
be
hard to
exciting.
know.
You
It's
know what I
gonna be
mean?
exciting,
Yeah.
man. It's gonna be something to see. If it pans out, man, Packer fans will forget. But
Yeah.
listen, let Jordan get to a Super Bowl within the next 3 to 4, 5 years, man. The motherfuckers, they'll forget.
Hmm.
They'll
Mhm.
forget where he was drafted. None of that shit. Let him go out here and take the team back to the playoffs. Make us relevant.
Yeah.
Keep us relevant. We already relevant. It's just about sustaining it. You don't have to do too
Yeah.
much. You know.
And
And I think
Yeah.
that's
let's not
yeah.
compare him to Rodgers or Favre, man. Just let Jordan Love be Jordan Love.
Exactly. That he got to set his
Yeah.
own mark.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bernard, don't compare Jordan Love to Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
I don't know. Now I say this:
No,
if Jordan
no,
Love balls
no.
out
No.
and he throws for 55 touchdowns and wins the MVP, I might compare him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm not,
55 touchdowns.
because Patrick Mahomes' first year as a starter, 50 touchdowns, MVP. You know what I mean? So I don't
But he
know.
set out 1 year behind
Smith, yeah.
Smith, right? He was set out a
Yeah.
year, didn't he? And fucking
Yeah,
55 touchdowns.
Yep,
God
50,
damn.
50 touchdowns and won the MVP. So if
Yeah, I
Jordan
forgot.
Love can pull that off, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't even. I
Yeah.
think, like I said, with Goot and Lafleur. I mean, well, mainly with Lafleur. Hopefully, he won't have to do that. He won't have to have 50. You know, if he
Yeah.
can hit 30s, that'll be a plus. You know, especially with this receiver core. If he can hit 30, shit, that's a plus.
Yeah.
Just win, baby. Just win.
Just win.
And
I don't
then
give a fuck
now
if it's by
Cobb's
3.
gone. Cobb is gone now. I want to see more of Samari Toy, man.
That's
I
cool.
wanna
The New
see
York, the
what-
New York nursing home over there. That's what the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samari Toy needs some more snaps in this offense. So hopefully,
Oh, he
now
is,
Cobb-
man. A lot of things been changed, man. A lot of players gonna
Yeah.
get the ball who wasn't getting the ball. A lot of players gonna be focused on. It ain't gonna. I think with Jordan, you ain't gonna drop the ball and he's gonna fucking not look at you again. And it's a whole different thing, man. I just like I said, I just think with him, he wants to prove himself, man. It's the same thing, man. It's this is deja vu all over, man.
Mhm.
Deja vu all over. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like another player who publicly hasn't said they have a chip on their shoulder, but we didn't know Rodgers had a chip on his shoulder until he won the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And then after that 2010 2011 season, then everything came out. Oh, well, the bullshit with him and Favre, but Rodgers went out there and played and worked and brought a Super Bowl home. And then after that, we found out, oh, Favre don't want to. For him and Favre had a little headbutting going on and shit like that, So.
Yeah, it's the Vaseline dream.
But this is the
Here he
same.
is. Here he is.
I won't say nothing about Patrick Mahomes, AJ. I won't say nothing about. I shut up about Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we ain't getting into
What-
that shit today. So
What's the-
Get
what's
ready
the name
for
of-
Jordan Love, baby? Jordan Love, baby.
And what's the name of the new? What's the rebranding? Are you ready to announce that to the world yet, or not?
first and foremost, get that scarf shit out of here. Put that down so that way we can see all of me, baby. You gotta see the best. You gotta see. Get that comment out of the way, TR.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Let me figure this out. The frickin' technology.
Get that shit out of here. It's covering my face. All right. Well, first of all,
Looking like MJF and shit.
I'm not quite ready to announce my new branding quite yet, but I'm still working on the details. I'm still gathering the stuff that I want to announce. People think that I've returned because I made that little Rodgers tribute video, but I'm not quite back just yet. I know when I'm gonna return next month, and I will announce then who I'm gonna have in my first very installment of. Shit, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna call it? Should I stick with the Thursday Night Scuffle? The reason why I picked Thursday is because, Thursday, nothing happens on Thursdays. Thursdays are just another day. Out of any day of the week, Thursdays are the most bland, the most boring. So what better day to hold a podcast that everybody can watch and enjoy, See, I'm a businessman. I'm thinking the best way possible. See?
Mhm.
I'm starting to get
First and foremost.
Yeah.
First and foremost, you're a businessman.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm a businessman. In case you didn't know, I've sold many houses in the past, TR. That is part of my past life, but we're not going to talk about that right now. What we're here to talk about is the greatest. I'm taking a page out of TR's, or not TR's, fucking KH's book right now. We're here to talk about the greatest football team franchise of all time, the Green Bay Packers. That's what we're here to talk about today. So just kind of let me fathom what you guys are talking about here, because I haven't really been listening. I've been on and off. I've had things.
You have many more important things to do than to listen to us. We're just blessed that you graced us with your presence.
Blessed you all with my greatness, right?
Thank you.
You have to.
Thank you, good sir.
No problem. I'd give you any time of the day,
All right. You give me the time of the day. All right. Trucker. Yeah, well, it's
good to be back, though. It's good to be back,
It's good to see everyone. I think we were about to wrap things up. We kind of came full circle.
Yeah.
And just kind of talked our piece, and I think we're just all on the same page where it's just like change is inevitable.
Right here, baby.
Change is going to happen.
Mhm.
I got the complicated
I
fella
like
shirt
that.
on.
I'm gonna have to get something printed with that. I'm gonna have to.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I think we're kind of wrapping up here. I was
Yeah.
thinking of going about an hour. It's been about an hour.
Yeah.
Does anyone? Yeah, feel free to say whatever you want.
Nah, man.
No,
Go Pack, go.
Yep.
And let's hopefully, this new era is gonna be exciting, hopefully. And look, as people say, all great things come to a end, and it's time to move on. And again, Rogers, nothing but love for you. But hopefully, I'm gonna wish you for success. And now, Joe Love, it's your time to shine, young man, and prove us wrong.
Yeah, yeah, amen. Hey, to anyone in the chat, do we all sound like robots on the stream? Because when AJ talks and when you guys talk, you sound like robots. I just want to know if it's just me or if it's the stream because I'm not paying for StreamYard anymore. So maybe they do some. Okay, Kate says no. We sound okay. Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
then
you
it's
don't
me.
sound like a robot coming through my phone, so.
It's
Yeah,
just
you fucking
me.
with-
The ayahuasca must be kicking in about now, so
Right.
that's what
Yeah, I'm ready
So-
for man. I'm ready for some. I need some Jordan. I'm ready for some Jordan Love in my life, man. I'm ready to see this shit pan out, man.
Mhm.
I'm
Shit,
excited.
I know fucking Big Nate ain't ready for Jordan Love.
Well, too bad.
Hey.
He's used to it
Too
now.
bad.
Well, Jordan Love's going to be coming all over on him. I mean,
I
mean-
Jordan Love
coming
throws
hard.
55
Too
touchdowns
regardless,
in the Super
he's
Bowl.
coming on all of us.
Big Nate might change his tone if Jordan Love wins the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP this year. I'm just saying.
Sure.
He can come on you guys, but I might push you out of the way. I might fucking go my own way. I don't want shit. I don't want that shit. Shit, you guys can have that shit. I'm out.
Ah!
You know what I wrote in the group chat, TR? I don't know if you've seen it because you kind of been off and on. You weren't really in there a lot today.
I was working. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
understand.
got to pay the bills, man.
Understand.
Right.
We all got lives we gotta live. But earlier today, I said, hey, eventually, fuck.
Oh shit! Did he kick him out?
Did he do that on purpose? He sometimes does that on purpose, but
He did
Big
on-
Nate. I'm
I'm coming hard on everyone.
pissed.
Oh my
so watch
Lord.
out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Big
I don't know
Nate's
what the
on
fuck
his
happened.
way. Big Nate's on his way.
Jesus.
He's not ready yet, but he's getting ready. He's getting primed and pumped.
I don't know what's happening to my quality. I just went blank for a minute.
Yep.
So what were you said AJ that
Am I
something
coming in all right now?
yeah,
Because I
Yeah,
was
you
like
good.
staticky for a minute. I had to turn my shit off.
something in the chat you said.
I said Big Nate. You know how he hates Jordan Love and stuff. I was saying eventually when he starts to play good, he might adopt him as his pick. Jordan Love might end up being
Right.
Big Nate's pick.
It's a good point.
Me and TR we're the only guys that are gonna understand that joke. It's an inside joke. It's an inside joke, but it's funny, because Christian Watson is
I
Big
What's
Nate's
Big-
pick.
Big
We've only
Nate's
heard
pick.
about 1,000 times, but it's Big Nate's pick. That's Big Nate's pick right there. So
Yeah, we had to come
Yeah.
around. He go come around eventually, man.
Yeah, we know
Hey,
Big Nate wanted
The one
he
thing.
want
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
just to finish up, Big Nate was like, yeah, he wanted Christian Watson. And then it was like, he didn't start off too good. And then by the end of the year, when he was on fire, Big Nate was like, that's my pick. That's my pick.
Yeah.
He'll come around.
The one good thing about this free agency is that we re-signed my cousin.
That's right. We got Nixon
Mixon.
for a year. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good pickup. I'm
Yeah,
on
they needed
NFL.
to
I'm on
keep him.
NFL shop right now. Big Nate.
Uh-oh.
I need that Jordan Love in a large.
Yeah, I might get mine soon, man. Get mine like a. I
Fuck.
think like Exelord, something like that. Nice.
You guys are starting. You guys are all buying in on
I'm in
Joel
the
Love
Packers.
way too
I'm in the
quick.
Packers pro. I'm in the pro shop right now.
Yeah, you guys are buying. Listen, he has to do something for me first. I'm not saying anything bad against him. If he's my quarterback, then that's my quarterback because I am the team over the player. That's the kind of guy I am. That's why.
It's about the G. It's about the G,
Mhm.
man. It's a G on the helmet.
But he's got to do
Packers
something.
guy.
He's got to do something really impressive to.
Love
to
that.
get
There you go, Vegas.
There we go.
$200 for a jersey name.
I need a large.
Like I
Add
told
to my
I told
card.
you, AJ. I think I'm gonna get rid of any clothing and everything I have that has any type of logo on it. Because if you want me to wear your shit, you gotta pay me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Why am I giving out free advertising to the world?
Right.
Make
right.
some bar.
You're
Make
damn
some.
right.
Go make some barbecue with it with Roger's jersey.
I should do the same thing. Is that why you don't? Is that why you don't have Packer merchandise?
Start my barbecue with it.
A whole
Hey,
lot of it?
Vegas, are you
You got
gonna
a couple
put
things.
Rodgers
Right.
now? Are you gonna put his jersey now?
I should. I should just to be an ad, just be a troll. No, I ain't gonna burn it, man.
Most
I
of
mean,
my
I'm
jerseys,
I'ma keep
the
it.
Brett Favre, I had a Brett Favre jersey and I put that in the trash. The trash.
Now his shit, I would have
You have
burned.
an
I'd have
Alan
burned. I
Lazard.
burned Brett Favre.
I seen you have an Alan Lazard jersey too, Bernard.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. I might keep that one though. Still.
Yeah, I see some people on Etsy. They already making Rogers Who shirts and all type of shit, bro. They
Jet fans are gonna
like
be celebrating.
That's bootleg right there, though. That's like that's bottom
They
of the
bootleg
barrel.
it.
Etsy, Jesus Christ.
That's
Jet
right.
fans are gonna be celebrating. I tell you that, man.
I've never bought
Mhm.
anything off of Etsy. I thought that was.
They can
I thought that
celebrate for
was a
2
scam.
years, but they putting all their stock. They what you gonna do after that? This better paying out, bro. You don't make moves and do shit like this without winning bowls, man. Tampa
man.
won a bowl.
It's definitely Super Bowl bust for them for the next 2 years, man.
And you going in the wrong. You in the wrong. That's what I'm saying. How you just feeling like Kansas City gonna concede? I know the Bengals. Like, I mean, the Bengals lost some players. How you think they just gonna concede? How you think all these teams are just gonna concede for Aaron Rodgers coming to their conference? Like, come on now.
No, they're not, man. They're not.
Right now, I wouldn't buy any Packer jersey right now. Like I said,
No, I ain't buying Jordan Love
I think-
shit.
I
Jordan
think-
Love gotta give me to the playoffs. Hey, he gotta win the Super Bowl for me to buy. I ain't
Yeah.
buy Rodgers shit till he won the Super Bowl.
I bought a
Yeah.
Christian Watson jersey though, because he is gonna be good. I like.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna
Christian
lie,
Watson?
You know, I do.
I might splurge for a Mark Murphy wig.
Yeah, man. That dude's hell, man. I don't know what
That
the
motherfucker
I don't
big
know what
tooth, man.
got him. Jeez.
It's
Is
just-
that a fucking toupee? That ain't his shit. His shit fuck.
Oh, just a terrible haircut. It's a $5 haircut.
No, don't
You
worry.
know.
Tom Grassi might
Does that exist?
might do his hair off because him and Tom Grassi speak to each other mostly.
He go
Yeah.
to one of them old. He go to one of them old. No offense, y'all. Tr and AJ. One of them old white guys like with balding in the middle and shit. Wear the white.
Yeah.
That sharpen. They sharpen. They sharpen. You know. They sharpen the fucking razor with that leather thing and shit.
They
you know what I
sharpen the
mean?
knife.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They sharpen.
that
Right.
knife.
Sharpen the knife.
Yeah.
One of them
You
old.
got
He
it.
go to like one of them little towns. You know, you ever see the movie and they had like that little barbershop in the town and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
goes to one of them and shit.
And he
Guy like
barters.
85.
He doesn't pay for him. He barters it for a $5 handy. You
And
know?
he wears those same ugly ass dog color suits. Like he got one suit, dog. Like,
Yeah.
dude, do you fucking drink? You got the same tie and same suit every fucking time. And your shit
Yeah.
is butter, bro. Like your teeth is fucking butter, bro.
You wanna know what I don't understand?
butter.
Yeah,
This
man.
shit is pure butter,
He
dog.
just got some real teeth.
Yeah.
Huh?
He
Got some
he
real teeth.
recently sold his house in Green Bay like a year or two ago, and I looked at
Okay.
it. My God, multi-million-dollar home, just all brick,
Him and
beautiful.
Mike McCarthy
It was
are
nice.
the two weirdest dudes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
How was Rogers' house that they sold up there? Is he selling it or is it sold already?
Oh, I'm sure he will sell it. Yeah.
I wonder how it looked.
Yeah, and the thing is apparently before he went into the darkness, he hadn't paid his dues for the country club in Green Bay. So that
Oh
was
wow.
kind of a sign to me that he was leaning
Hey,
towards retirement.
what
You know.
what if the Bucks? What if the Bucks like we no longer want to be associated with Aaron? He'll be salty.
Remember, his girlfriend, that the Bucks owner's girlfriend is from New York too, so that's probably part of
Yeah,
why he's going to New
Oh
York.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
So it's
don't
all a
care.
part of it. Yeah.
He left us, y'all. He left us, man. He should have been begging Goot on his hands and knees. Goot, please don't get rid of me. I don't want to go.
I
Like I
don't
said to
want
KH, I said at least Brett Favre shed tears and was fucking crying when he left. But right, I love you guys. I love the fans. Don't give me that bullshit. You want crying or nothing? I want to see some crying. And, God damn, I'm gonna miss you,
I
motherfuckers.
don't think Rogers don't want to show his emotion because people gonna
I'm
think
gonna
he's
miss
soft.
you.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna,
at the end of the day, these big time celebrities and athletes don't give a single flying fuck.
hell
So
no, man.
what are you
Hey, but
supposed to do?
did you
Fake
see
tears? I ain't buying
AJ
that
AJ
shit.
Hawk was getting a little irritated with Rogers at first, dog. Like them last little couple ones I was watching, he was getting pissed, bro. Like how Rogers, but then he found out what happened. But he knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He just didn't
Bro,
like
wait,
how
who'd you say? Who'd you say what?
AJ Hawk.
Oh.
yeah.
He was kind of like he knew that shit Rogers was doing, man. Like Rogers ain't fucking. Everybody trying like, oh, he's the saint and all this other shit. Like, man, just because you was great don't give you a pass to just do what the fuck you want to do, bro, and hold. And yeah, you hold us hostage, man, because we could
Well,
have.
you've been pretty harsh on Rogers because I seen you
I
in the
have,
group
man.
chat like, yo, man, fuck Rogers, fuck this. Everybody
Yeah.
Yeah, I
else
was
like,
pissed, bro.
I've been
I was
been
pissed.
playing like monkey in the middle. I'm not picking a side. I hate Rogers. I don't hate Rogers. I just been staying quiet with the
Yeah, me too,
Rogers
man. It's
situation.
like
I don't
I
know,
got
man.
nothing to
at
say
the end
about
of the
it.
day, man, it's just football, man. Like it's just football.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to like it's just entertainment. It's
Right.
like KH said. It's scripted. We need to learn how to read the script. All right, it's WWE wrestling. It's scripted, man.
Well, I don't even hate that. Like, I know it's predetermined and whatnot, but
Yeah.
the thing that I don't like, and I've said this to TR, I've said this to Big Nate, is I hate how people have this huge misconception that when their when their team wins a championship, they win a championship too. It's like, motherfucker, you didn't do shit. You sat on a couch
Yeah.
eating fucking potato chips.
Oh,
And you
yeah.
think
Yeah.
you're a contributor all of a sudden to winning a championship. You didn't win the championship.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see you out there on that field busting your ass. All I seen was you sitting on the couch watching a fucking another team with grown ass men that are more successful
Yeah.
than you go out and win a championship.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've
dude,
never
like
understood that.
Sitting on our damn couches, drinking beer, eating chips. You should have made that tackle. I would have made
Yeah.
that tackle. Ugh.
It's easier than said than done. So like
Exactly.
I just
Exactly.
I don't get it. It pisses
like
me off when I
Carson
see
Wentz
fuckers.
when Philly won the Super Bowl, Carson Wentz, people act like, oh well, at least Carson got a ring, but he didn't play. Carson Wentz
Uh,
sideline.
Yeah.
So don't get me started on the Philly, man. Like, oh, dude, I'm so glad that Philly lost that Super Bowl, man. Like, oh, ooh, like, and they
we're-
thought they had it too, man. They thought they had that in the bag. You know what I mean? Oh, we gonna win. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. He's the GOAT.
yeah. So yeah, Monica, I agree with you. Your husband can't stay away from us for too long. He has too much love for the Packers and the gang. So
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
said, "What the hell kind of ghost is that?"
yeah, we signed a long snapper. KH. Oh my God. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl,
Super
yeah,
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
All right.
Super
Oh,
Bowl.
Championship, here we come, baby. Long
Super Bowl the
snap.
bus, goddamn.
Yes.
See, this is the biggest news that we was waiting for.
Buy in all on the Packers, TR.
We signed a long
That's
snapper.
Yep.
It's a long snapper. What the fuck we gonna do with a long snapper?
We're gonna snap. He's gonna snap the ball.
Yeah, long snapper, baby. Let's go. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Big
Well,
Big moves.
Yep. Well, if Rodgers go, I say we clear a house of all the dead weight or all the old players. Like Crosby, let's start fresh there. Had a
Yeah,
good career. Let's start fresh.
yeah.
Where else can where else can we
Yeah, that
go?
motherfucker can't.
Heck.
He can't. What was it? Didn't he hit what did he hit yesterday last year? A 58-yarder or some shit? Didn't he?
I think
I,
he missed. I think he missed one in the late in the year, but
yeah,
Right.
I think in Detroit,
yeah,
Detroit, he missed one against Detroit.
yeah.
Crosby's the last piece of that 2010 Super Bowl run left that we have.
Yeah, man.
Was
He is, ain't
he
he?
was, wasn't he? He was on the team then.
Yeah,
That's
him.
right.
With Rodgers. Yeah. Brian Bulaga too. Before he left, was one of them.
Yeah, but he's not
Was
here.
he?
Nah, he gone.
Yeah,
Bulaga's
Brian
Come
gone.
on, bro.
Yeah, remember
Bulaga
we
was
drafted him that year, I think.
Kyle
Or the year.
came
No, yeah, it was the first.
after,
He was the first round
Yep,
pick.
yep.
Remember?
Kyle came after.
just after we won the Super Bowl. We got rid of
Yep.
Cobb.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he going to the retirement home Jets, man.
Man, I still don't understand that. Who the fuck wants to play for the Jets?
The retirement home
That's-
Jets, man.
That's why I'm so shocked that Willie Rogers, like, you better than that, man.
On
Fucking
ACL tear field and shit.
Jeez, man.
That's
Like,
right.
good luck with that.
they play.
bro.
They play
he's trying to
ACL.
be Brett Favre.
It all started with OBJ. That's who got the first big injury on that field.
Yep, OBJ, man. Got twisted up.
You know what?
He's never been the same after that. Too.
We lost fucking Rashawn Gary to that goddamn field, man.
Yeah, man.
Fuck that field.
No, that was wasn't that? No, we didn't play.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
That
toured in
field's bad,
Detroit.
too.
Ford Field.
Yes.
That shit's bad too.
Yes.
Oh, I thought somebody got hurt at. No, because the Jets played.
We played in
Jets
London.
played. You're right.
Yeah, London.
We played in London, right?
mhm.
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just those artificial fields in general.
Yeah, man.
Are shit. I
Shit.
hate those things.
Yeah.
Some old grass,
Watch,
man.
Watch, he's gonna be at Minnesota Viking next. He's gonna do just like for 1 year with the Jets and then Minnesota Vikings.
I don't think he will because Rodgers. I don't know. I just don't see it because he said he'd never play for the Bears. So if he's not gonna play for the Bears, what do you think he's gonna play for the Vikings? You know, like
I'm just saying,
I don't see him going to a division rival ever. I just
like
don't
he's
see
probably gonna like it's just the same thing. Like I think he's trying to copy. I don't know. I'm just,
it. No.
Bro,
but
if he goes to the Vikings, I'm getting a voodoo shaman on his ass.
But then after that, he's gonna take money from the poor people.
Well, you know, it
from
takes a really
California.
special person.
Cast
to
a
do
hex
that,
on his
so-
ass.
All right, Big Nate is
He's
officially back on for 2023. He is not boycotting the season, but
Okay.
he's still on his sabbatical.
I
You
mean,
know.
Okay.
TR, don't keep talking about it because before you know it, we're gonna hear, "Oh, I'm gonna keep the Pack Attack hostage for like the 7th time, bro." I don't know. That's like one of
Yeah.
those.
I said,
Hey, Big
Big
Nate,
Nate requested a trade.
Big Nate, and bless my boy Jordan Love, man. No,
Big Nate requested a trade to Cheesehead TV.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
that's right. Well,
We're
guys,
gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least this year we not coming in with no high expectations, so that's a positive.
No.
So,
Yep.
all right, man.
speak for yourself, Bernard. I
I'm
expect
always Super Bowl or bust.
a Super Bowl to win
Well, I'm
every
just
year.
saying that
Every year.
nobody's not going to pick us to win the Super Bowl this year. So at least
Even
if we fall
better.
flat.
That's good,
Even
right?
better. It's going
Go
to be
under the
that
radar.
much sweeter.
Yeah.
We flying under the radar.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So, guys,
Nice
I
talking to
think,
y'all, man.
yeah,
man,
I
sure.
think
It's been a while.
gonna
Yeah.
shut this down. It's been close to an hour and a half. Yeah, hopefully someone else goes live soon. We'll
Yeah, I want to get everybody
keep it going.
when y'all get free. I was thinking this weekend for sure. I'm trying to see what's higher point of view them. I know everybody be off work and everybody get more
Sure.
viewers in.
Well,
Okay.
I just talked to KH on the phone today, so
cool. Well,
Um, What was I gonna say?
It's
I'm still trying to figure out my whole podcast, but I need to figure out how you do the StreamYard thing where you don't go live, but you can still. I don't
you
know.
have to pay for that. You got to pay for it.
Wow.
25 a month, some shit like that.
I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I can afford it. That's not what I'm complaining about. I was like, why couldn't you have that feature for free? You know?
Exactly.
It's like it's the
Exactly.
smallest fucking feature. Why couldn't you do it? Why do you have to pay? I mean, I don't mind paying. I'll do it if I have to, but
Yeah. Just money. It's how they get revenue. You know, that's their deal. So
I'm gonna go home,
So
man.
what-
I'm gonna pour me some scotch.
Mm-hmm.
Go pour me a nice tall scotch.
all
For Aaron
right,
Rodgers.
there you
Go
go.
bury, and we
Alright,
go
well,
bury
I
his
think I gave you
jersey.
guys enough of my time. I'm out of here.
All right, have a good one,
All right,
guys. We'll
guys.
talk
All right,
soon.
y'all.
Okay, man.
Later.
Yep.